around this. We've just talked to some people in Mineral Springs, Virginia, which is where this earthquake hit. This person with whom we spoke said some boxes fell off a shelf, no structural damage of any kind. This person walks around, sees nothing around the center. We've just gotten information that Washington's National Cathedral has suffered some damage to the central tower there in the earthquake. But as far as we know now, nothing structural and nobody was hurt. I can further report flights at JFK and Newark airports in the New York City area have now resumed officially after delays due to this earthquake, because what they were doing there, just as they're doing up and down the East Coast, is checking to make sure everything's fine. And so far it is. More coming in right now. Well, everything else that's crossing. Amtrak says crews are inspecting stations, railroad infrastructure, before returning to normal operation. So through the course of events, they are checking. And a new one here from Amtrak. No reports of any injuries. Passengers should expect delays. So the rest of the day is going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little weird on the East Coast. It'll give us all something to talk about. But now is the wrong time to get on the cell phone and that sort of thing and you know, tie up lines and that sort of thing, because it could create a lot of panic that's just fully unnecessary. Richard Allen, University of California, Berkeley, is on the line with us, seismologist who will help bring a little context and perspective to all of this. Sir, in the early going, we felt an earthquake, as many of us who've lived in Los Angeles have, and probably people watching in Tokyo are laughing a little bit. But initially, it happens, and you have some thoughts, and then you realize everything seems to be okay. And I'm guessing from your perspective and your vantage point and the reports you're getting, everything seems to be okay, basically, right?
Yeah, no, that's right. This wasn't a huge earthquake. It's, look, current magnitude estimate is about a 5.8. And so, yes, it's a sort of big earthquake. People would certainly feel it, but this is not expected to do a huge amount of damage. It's possible there may be some minor structural damage to buildings that are very close to the event, but this is not this very large event, and obviously nothing like what happened in Japan earlier this year.
Right.
So,
Let's talk for a second about magnitudes and what they mean. For viewers, especially on the East Coast who aren't used to this sort of thing, each time you go up 1/10 of a point on the scale, you don't go up 1/10 of a point in strength. In other words, the difference between the strength in Japan and this, what sounds like a big deal, 5.8 in Virginia, is miles apart, right?
That's absolutely right. So every time you go up 1 unit on the magnitude scale, so from a magnitude 6 to a magnitude 7, the actual amplitude, the size of the ground shaking, increases by a factor of 10. So the earthquake in Japan was a magnitude 9. This earthquake was a little bit less than a magnitude 6. So that's a factor of 1,000 difference in terms of the size of ground shaking.
So wait. Now, let's say one more time. Let's repeat that. 1,000 times different, right?
That's correct. 1,000 times different. And so that's why, yes, people feel it, but this is nothing like what happened in Japan at all.